Okay, recording now. Please have a look. Girls, short lesson from me. Girls, ready? Alright, girls, we're learning to find the area of a non-right angled triangle. And once again, girls, this formula works even for right angled triangle. Okay? But before we do, girls, what length does this represent if the angle C is here? Yeah, small case c. Yep. If the angle B is here, opposite to that is B here. And similarly, that's A. Okay? So what this formula means, girls, just like cosine rule, the formula comes with half times AB with the angle C, which is in the middle or in between two given lengths, like cosine rule that we learned yesterday. Okay? So for example, if I want to find the area of this triangle, firstly start with the formula, which they will usually give you. And then you're always going to start with half times by these two numbers, 5.7 times 9 times sine this time. It's not cosine, it's sine, the angle. Okay? So you just need to basically put this in the calculator. And if you do, it's just in your example. It is, sorry, I don't have a calculator with me, so you guys will need to help me later on. This is 25.5 square centimeters. Okay? So that's your basic example. The questions that you get, you won't be usually that obvious. And let's have a look at this one. So girls, with any questions if you need to find an area, firstly, look at the lengths given to you. See how it's these two? That means you need that angle. Okay? So sometimes they'll give you the other angles, which you need to find that one. Okay? So don't use these angles. You need to find out what that angle is. And how do I find that angle?
189.
Yeah, using angle sum of triangle. Can someone do that for me?
88.
88?
I think.
Can someone do it?
It's 88. Oh, 88.
Yeah, 88 degrees. Okay? Right. So girls, this is the angle you want to use to find the area of a triangle. So once again, start with the formula. So that's just half times 14 times 19 times sine 88. Okay? So that might be the part a lot of students make silly mistake on by using different angles, but it should be that one. So what's the answer if you put that in the calculator?
132.9.
Alright, so I'll just write 133. In this case, it's millimeters, so I'll write millimeters squared. Okay? Alright, now let's apply this to typical exam type of question. Girls, what you see here is called a radial diagram. Okay? And basically, girls, what a radial diagram or radial survey is basically, think of this like a field. Okay? And it's a field divided into different sections with triangles where you're given points with bearing of each of the points. Okay? So we're given this field diagram or a radial diagram, and they want you to find this question. Now, before I do that, girls, that 0, 30, that's the bearing starting from north up until that line is 30 degrees. That's what that means. Up until that point, it's bearing of 30 degrees. Similarly, at point Y, the bearing is 160. What that means is from the north side, if you go all the way to this line, that whole thing is 160. Okay? That's why they give you the numbers on each corner. Same thing for Z. From north side, if you go all the way to that line, that's 260. So learn to read that. So this is a center. So now let's look for angle XOY. So if I want to look for XOY, they're asking you just for that angle there. Okay? So how would I find that? 160, take away 30, obviously. Okay? So that is 130 degrees. Okay? Now the reason why they want you to find that is for the next question, find the area of triangle XOY. So let me just redraw that triangle out to make it clear. So what do I know? I know that is 130, like I just found. And we're given the two lengths, which is 50 and 40. And now, as you can see, we can find the area of this triangle by just using the formula. All right? So in this case, it's just area is equal to half times 50 times 40 times sine 130. Could someone do that in the calculator for me, please? Sorry? 76. 766. Okay. Does it say any units? It's all in meters, so yes, square meters, okay? So sometimes what they'll do, especially in standard math, they'll ask you to find the area of this triangle, or they could even ask you for more by asking you to find that triangle or that one, either one, okay? If I were to find that area of a triangle, how would I do that?
260 minus.
Yeah, so I need to find out what that angle. So up until here is 260. By the 260 take away 160, that will give me that remainder. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, that's basically it. Any questions? Okay, so girls, that's the end of measurement in trigonometry. That will get you through the exercise on 9/11. Okay, thanks girls.